That guy, Mr. Kenn Webb, will be next.
All right, give it up for Brandon. Luckily, no comics on here have tough names to announce. All right, Columbia, I love this city. This city is not too big and not too small. So, Columbia, give a hand up for yourself right now. I grew up in a small town in West Tennessee that was so close to Arkansas, you were actually allowed to fuck your sister. But don't worry, I never fucked my sister because she was ugly and she wouldn't let me. Now, I recently celebrated my 1-year anniversary of living in Nashville, the big city. Give it up for that. But coming from such a small town, my family was so worried about me. In fact, my mom was like, "Oh, son, be careful in that big city. You're going to get your throats cut." Oh, weather outside recently has sucked, right? Except for the temperature, because I hadn't had to wear a coat because I wear my coat year-round. And plus, I sweat less than any time other this year. During the summer, I'll sweat like a motherfucker. People come up to me on a park bench being like, "Hey, have you been running laps around the park?" "No, just been sitting here scratching my nuts." It's good shit. One thing I didn't appreciate as far as the weather goes is the ice. Because I slipped and busted my ass. I had to go to the ER and they're like, "Oh my God, you bruised a muscle in your ass muscle." Man, I was shocked too. I had no idea there was any muscles in my ass to bruise. They told me, "We're going to give you a donut." Before they could say to sit on it, I ate the motherfucker. Doctors go to school for so many years and then like to give a fat guy something blue and round and say it's a donut and not expect him to eat it. Don't understand it. Shit, what else I got here? No, I did have other problems. I recently twisted my ankle. That was a tough experience. I had to go to the doctor. And besides the twisted ankle, he's like, "Sir, do you have any other problems to report?" I'm like, "Yeah, doc. My knees hurt all the time." He's like, "No shit." Then he made me step on the scale and he told me I had graduated from morbidly obese to super morbidly obese. Like, so, do I get a cape now? Main reason I went to the doctor was because they told me if you have joint pains, they'll give you free weed. Any weed fans in here? I did try weed for the first time recently. It didn't do shit for me. Because I've had the munchies for 30 years. Ooh, I just smoked a joint. I want some Doritos. Fuck, I wanted those Doritos before the joint. Shit. Y'all will notice I'm dressed in all black tonight. Like the worst cat burglar in history. I stay away from the lighter colored shirts like a white shirt. Because if I was in a white shirt tonight and I spilt water on my shirt, all the black guys would flock to me all night long. They'd be like, "Hey, sugar, can I buy you a drink?" I'm like, "Hook that shit up, playa." But it's never a good thing at the end of the night when the black guys want to settle up and they're like, "Hey, sugar, can I get some of that booty?" And I'm like, "No." But I remember buying chicks drinks all night long and getting the peck on the cheek, and I'll usually bend over for them. Oh, thanks for the laughter for me taking up the ass from black guys. Oh, shit. I recently celebrated my 1-year anniversary doing stand-up comedy. One question I always get is, do you get nervous doing this shit? I have no problem talking to 100 fellow drunk people in a bar. The only time I get nervous is if I sit into a chair that's not steel reinforced. Anytime I sit into a chair, it's like I'm playing Texas Hold'em. All in, bitches! Someone asked me, "Hey, could you do this full time? Could you be a headlining comedian and do 45 minutes standing on stage?" It takes me longer than that to order at McDonald's. So if I ever become a headline comedian, this guy would be wearing a McDonald's hat. Near the end of the set, it'd be like, supersize that shit. Heard a few comics tonight talking about New Year resolutions. Y'all won't guess what one of my New Year's resolutions was. It was to actually lose some weight.
What?
Actually went to Jenny Craig and they're like, sir, take a look at the name on the door. It says Jenny Craig, not Helen Keller. We're not a miracle worker. I keep going to gyms and they keep giving me shirts that say before. I totally don't want to piss off any boyfriends, girlfriends, or vibrators in here, but I'm looking around and I'm seeing some fine-looking ladies in the place. Give it up for the fine-looking ladies. Thank every one of y'all for coming out tonight. I always hate to have the biggest titties in the room when I'm in a place. And before anyone asks to squeeze them, they are real. I was with a chick the other night. She asked me, I asked her what her biggest fantasy was. She's like, I'd love to be chased 5 city blocks and then ravaged. I'm like, chased? 5 city blocks? Bitch, did you see me walk to the stage tonight? Oh, but the main thing I get tired of is when chicks tells me I'm like a friend to them. They'll pat me on the back and give me a hug, and if I listen to them talk about other guys coming in their face enough, I'm upgraded to that brother status. I hate being a brother because as soon as I hear I'm like a brother to a chick, I'm like, bitch, if I'm like such a brother, you're like a blow-up doll that won't put out. And if I'm such a brother, let's move to Arkansas and fuck. In case y'all forgot, I'm number 12 and my name is Kenn. Thank y'all very much.
All right, for the funny fat guy, Mr. Kenn Webb. The funny fat guy.